Welcome to In Her Voice. My name is Kelly Covert, and I am passionate about helping women live authentically by listening to their inner voice. Get ready to be inspired by women of all walks of life that have set aside their should-bes and not good enoughs and are standing in their true voice, the voice of wisdom that each and every one of us has inside. Hello, you guys. This is Kelly, and I am so glad that you are here with me today. So you may have noticed that I haven't had an episode come out in about a week and a half, and my plan had been to take the last week of the year off. But I really missed this, and I missed you guys, and I just felt like I really needed to wrap things up for the end of the year. So I decided to do one last solo show. I'm sitting here in my studio recording on New Year's Eve day, and it is literally 0 degrees outside my house, and I'm in my cozy studio. And I thought that I would spend today just taking a few minutes looking back on the year and really acknowledging what has happened, what has worked, what hasn't worked, and kind of share with you guys the process that I go through in my life and in my business to really move forward. I think that sometimes at this time of year, we get so focused on the new year, what is going to change, or what am I going to do, or if you set resolutions or intentions, and we forget to take those moments to look back over the year, to really acknowledge how far we've come, and to give ourselves credit for what we've done, and to really get our motivation stoked for what is yet to come. So I just thought that I would do that here with you guys. And I always, when I come to this moment of my year, I just lead with gratitude, because no matter what has happened, good or bad, I know without a shadow of a doubt that there has been learning there, that there has been growth, and that there has been evolution. And for me, the past 2 months, November and December, have been the most challenging months of this year. And not because of what's been going on in my business or in her voice, that has been great, both of those things, but really because, my kids are getting older, and as those of you who are parents know, when your kids get older, it's not that they have less problems, they just have different problems. And so I've been really working through that and always every day seeking the balance point of parenting with everything else that I'm doing. And when I say balance point, I don't mean everything in balance. I mean figuring out how to give what I need to give to those things, what percentage of myself I need to be giving to those things. In the past couple of months, it's been majority to my family life, and I'm good with that. And it's been such a growth experience, such a learning process for me to understand my limits. Yeah, I just said that. And I know you guys are probably thinking, what, Kelly, you always talk to us about how we have so many possibilities and how we can change the world. And you know what? Yes, I believe that. I believe that. But there is also only so much of us to give. And that, for me, has been my greatest lesson of this year. And I'm so grateful for it, even though it has been challenging. And it's interesting because these last 2 months have been sort of a challenge. It's easy to kind of forget about all of the other things that went on this year and just kind of think, oh, this last couple of months have been really hard. And it almost makes it feel like the whole year has been hard, or the whole year has been this struggle or this challenge. And it absolutely hasn't. And that is why I do this. That's why I take the time to go back and to reflect on these things. And always I'm reflecting from that point, that viewpoint, that perspective of gratitude. So here are some of the things that I am super, super grateful for this year. First of all of you who are listening, who are downloading In Her Voice, who are sharing, if you can believe it, since March 12th, which was when the first episode of In Her Voice came out, until today, I just checked, In Her Voice has gotten over 31,000 downloads. 31,000 times In Her Voice has been listened to by you and by your friends and by the people that you're sharing with. That's amazing, you guys. I am so grateful for that. And I really feel that this year, this coming year in 2018, is going to be even bigger in that regard. And I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for being here, for supporting me. I know that some of you guys have been listening since before In Her Voice, since Strong Body Whole Heart podcast. And I thank you. And to all of you who are new, thank you. Thank you, because I could not be doing this without you. All of you who have sent me emails and messages letting me know how much you love the show, or letting me know what you've learned, or letting me know what you would love to learn more of, or who you would like to hear from. Thank you. Those emails and messages that I get from you guys, you don't even know. I save them. I save every single one in a file on my email called Touchy Feely because they make me feel so purposeful, like that I'm making a difference, that I'm making an impact. And that's important to me. That's something that I want to hold on to. And I go back and I read them often. And so for each and every one of you who have sent me a message, or who have reached out on Instagram, or have sent me an email, or even let me know in person that you listened, that you really liked something, or that you had a great takeaway from one of my episodes, thank you. I really appreciate that. I also have so much gratitude for each and every woman that I have coached this year. And there have been so many. I've had one-on-one clients. I've had women in the Inner Circle and in the Inner Voice Academy. I've done a few workshops, and each and every one of you, I'm so grateful for. You have changed my life. You have always been part of my vision, and you continue to be so. So thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. Also, all of you who are in the Worthy Collective, that's my online group community over on Facebook. Over 300 people this year have joined the Worthy Collective. 300! Can you believe that, you guys? Oh my Lord. It's just amazing to me to think about each and every one of you who are in there. And if you aren't in there, I'll put a link below so you can click and join. But it's amazing, and it's really about a place where we can come together and we can own our worth, and we can say, yes, I am powerful. Yes, I'm here for a reason. And my vision to change the world can happen. So if you're interested in that, you can click on over. But to the 300 of you who are in there already, thank you. All of my guests, do you know I have interviewed 35 amazing women this year who showed up, who gave their time, who shared their truth, who shared their story and their voice of how they listen to their inner voice, of how that inner voice leads them and guides them and has changed them. And oh my gosh, I'm just so thankful to each and every one of you. If you're listening, and even if you're not, so thankful to all of you who have taken the time to be on here to share with me. And whenever I have an interview with someone, you guys, I just feel like this deep personal connection with them. And I usually stay in touch with all of them after. And it's just so great. It's just so amazing to have that opportunity. I also want to shout out to my closest soul sisters. Each of you knows who you are, and know that I'm speaking right into your heart right now when I say that I love you, and that I literally do not think I could have made it through this year without you. You support me, you hold me up, you carry me when I need to be carried, you cheer for me, and I am so, so grateful for each of you. And also, I'm grateful for my inner voice. It's there, and it gives me ideas, and it breeds and fosters my creativity. And I'm just so thankful for that. And you know what, you guys, each and every one of you has that. And I want you to be grateful for that too. Gosh, so much, looking back on this year, so much besides the last 2 months that were hard was just easy and fun and right. It just felt so right. So, looking forward, now that I've taken the time to acknowledge this past year, looking forward, I want you guys to know that I want to know you. I want to really know you. This is one of my goals for this year. Like, I want to know your name. I want to know what you're creating and who you are being in this world. I want to know you. Seriously. And so there are people who have reached out to me this year, and I've gotten to know you on Instagram, like Deborah, like Nikki, like Heather. You guys, I feel you. I see you. You're my friends, and I want to know more of you like that. So I want you to reach out to me. I want you to email me. Shoot me an email at kelly@kellycover.com, or you can send me a message on Instagram and just be like, hey, I listened to In Her Voice. My name is whatever, and this is who I am. This is who I'm being. These are my dreams. Will you share that with me? I want to know you. And so the other thing that comes to that is I've been thinking a lot about what I can give you. Like, how can I give you something more? And someone asked me a question that I thought was super, super interesting in relationship to a podcast. She said to me, Kelly, how do you listen to podcasts? And you guys know that I'm a podcast listener and a podcast lover. But when I really think about how I listen to podcasts, I don't always listen to my favorite podcasts every single week right when they come out. I will usually go in cycles where I'll listen to one or two of my favorites for a month or two, and I'll like binge out on them, and then I'll go to another one, or then maybe I'll listen to an audiobook. I kind of go in cycles depending on where I am in my personal life. And so what I decided that I was going to do for you guys, and this is my January goal, is I'm going to be creating topic playlists. So when you're ready to really dig into, for example, mindset, or working on your vision, or working on your self-care, or really getting better at loving yourself, any of these things, I'm going to create a playlist for you guys. So you can just go like binge out on all the best episodes that dig into those particular topics. So if you have ideas for playlists, if you're like, yeah, I really love a playlist on what it's like to be a recovering perfectionist, or I would really love a playlist on developing daily practices and self-care tools. Those, by the way, are already going to be made. But if you have ideas for other topic playlists, let me know, because I'm going to be putting those together, and you will be able to access them right from my website, kellycovert.com, and binge out on whatever topic that you are needing to hear about. And the super cool thing about that is sometimes, you listen to an episode and you're like, yeah, that was good, but maybe it wasn't what you needed right then. But if you listen to it at a different time, it's like, yes, this is everything that I needed. And so I thought that I would just kind of curate all of my episodes and make them easy to find, easy to listen to right when you need them. So that is something that you guys can look forward, and it's a gift that I'm going to be giving to each of you. Another thing that I'm going to be doing this year, something that is really important to me, is really reimagining what community looks and feels like. So, I feel like we get stuck in these patterns and in this sort of like way of thinking that things have to be a certain way. And for a long time, I feel like community in online businesses like mine were centered around Facebook. And I'm coming to realize that it doesn't have to be that way. Like, we can create any kind of community that we want. We can have community on Instagram. We can do live over on Instagrams and literally talk to each other. It doesn't have to be on Facebook. It doesn't have to look like a group where we go read things. We could actually have a group on, for example, Voxer, where we talk to each other. literally talk to each other and hear each other's voices. Wouldn't that be crazy? So we could even do things like have face-to-face meetups. We get so caught up in this digital world sometimes that we forget that we're all real people and that we can actually spend time with each other. And so one of my goals this year is to reimagine that community and to come up with something new for you guys. And this is where I would love your suggestions. If you would be interested in having a Voxer group, will you let me know? Like I said, shoot me an email at kelly@kellycovert.com or message me on Instagram and let me know if that is something that you would be into, because I'm really open and I really, really want to get to know you. And I feel that in order to do that, we must reimagine what community looks and feels like. So that's one of my goals for this year. Now, that was me, my looking back, my looking forward, and now back to you. I want to know, please, what you want more of. What have you loved this year? What have you thought? Yeah, I want to hear more interviews like that, or not so much of that, whatever. Please let me know. Like I said, I want to connect with you. Introduce yourself. Sign up for a free discovery call with me so we can just sit and get to know each other. And, sometimes I think that people see that discovery call and they think that there are strings attached to it. There aren't, you guys. You can sign up for a discovery call with me, and that's 20 minutes of me getting to know you, of listening to you, of understanding who you are. And at the end of the call, we might find that we want to continue in a coaching relationship, and we might think now's not the right time. And then still we've had this amazing 20 minutes together where we've just been able to sit with each other. I'm serious about that. This is something that I want you to do. So if you want to get to know me better, if you want to learn more about me and want to tell me about who you are, you can also sign up for a discovery call. And that's at kellycovert.com/discovery. And I will put a link right in the show notes of your podcast app. So you can click right in your podcast app, whatever you're listening to this episode on, and it will click right through and you can sign up for that. I also want to know what you're grateful for in 2017 and what you're looking forward to in 2018. What's the best thing that happened to you this year? What's the thing that you learned the most from this past year? What are you ready to take on in 2018? If you are sharing posts like that on social media, tag me. I'm at Kelly J. Covert on Instagram. And I would love just to see, just say, hey, Kelly, this is what I'm doing. And it could just be a general post and then you can just tag me in on it or share with me on your Instagram live or in an Insta story. I'd love, love, love to connect with you like that. And as always, if this is something that you're loving, if In Her Voice is making an impact in your life, please share with your friends, because that's how this podcast will continue to grow. That's how together we will change the world. That's how together we will make a greater impact and empower more women to know and to understand that every single day, every single minute, you are worthy. It's been a great year, you guys. Thank you so much. And let's get into 2018 and have an amazing year.